Good evening, it's Penny Billington here, welcoming you to Tea with a Druid on a cold evening. I'm honouring the cold with my trendy gloves, mittens and my scarf, and because I'm in a rather cold office. But that's what we expect at this time of year. Before we start with our myth and mystery and mysts and all that sort of thing, who are you and where are you? Who's joining us tonight? We know this online community has developed a whole, little entity of its own. So do get on to comments and you tell me where you're coming from. Because it's 73 comments already. It's such a thrill knowing that people are coming from all over the world. The rainy Pacific, southern Germany. Did I just see USA there? Yes. Frederick County, Virginia. My goodness me. Yeah, these are coming on in thick and fast. From Buffalo. Is there something? Anemia. I'm not quite sure whether the invitation is something new. I've no idea. If you're here and I'm here and everyone else is here, I'm happy. I just press the link I'm told to press. The Netherlands are here. Someone from, who's that from the Netherlands? Hello, Julia. Hello, Jean of the Mountains. What a lovely handle. Western Washington. Ellie Sarah. Kata from Gothenburg. There are some weird handles on here. I love them. You know, the people who join in this community, you've really got a surreal sense of humour, some of you. You can tell you look at the world slightly differently. You keep your minds open. And that's really good, isn't it? Miriam from Switzerland. I'm flicking, excuse me if yours is the name, I'm flicking over. I'm just trying to keep up with this. Wolf from Glossop in Derbyshire. Oh, I remember Glossop. Yes, I used to live up in Derbyshire. Jürgen from Germany. Someone else whose name I can't quite read. Sorry, from Bonn in Germany. There's people from Switzerland. Mid Wales. Oh, someone from the land of the Iceni. I happen to be writing about the land of the Iceni. Now, I was up there in Norfolk in the stinking hot weather this summer. I remember the land of the Iceni very well. Oh, there's a Druidette here from Ottawa. Hello, Patricia. Someone from Australia here. Someone from Istanbul. Chile, Croydonia. Croydon, in the southeast of that there London. Hello, someone from Croydon. I remember going into London and thinking that Croydon was in London. It's not. You get into London, you've got a huge train journey to get out to Croydon. So I know it is Croydon. It's a separate entity. Let us respect that. Hello from Boston here. Someone from Spain. From Durrington. Lovely. So people from all over the world, as usual. And of course, some people from Australia who are not experiencing this cold because their weather cycle is going into the next phase, of course, towards midsummer. But if you'll pardon us, we're going to concentrate on the chilliness tonight, because I've been reading A Celtic Miscellany, which is a wonderful book full of stuff that reminds us that we are not new. All our thoughts, all our feelings, the way we look at things, our ancestors did it too. So to read stuff from the 7th, 8th, 9th, not the 7th, sorry, from the 9th, 10th, 11th century, which express what we think is quite, gives us a context, takes us maybe out of our immediate feelings and thinks people have always felt like this. This is how it's always appeared to people. And it just makes us calmer and feel that we're in that ancestral progression through this wonderful world. Why don't you pop a comment in? Tell me how you feel this evening. I feel full. I've had early supper because I was doing this. I feel warm because I've got a wood-burning stove. I feel settled in myself this evening. I hope some of you do. But do key in, perhaps especially how the weather makes you feel. I am myself allergic to the damp and the draught, which is why I wear a scarf inside. I'm not too mean to switch the heating on. I just can't bear drafts around my neck. While you think about how the weather's making you feel, let me just read you this, which is from the Irish from the 11th century, author unknown, I'm afraid. You know, when winter comes and you get this absolute deluge of stuff, you know, suddenly the weather is there written in capital letters. You're mud up to the eyeballs every time you go for a walk. The rain comes down like a monsoon. That was what it was like in Ireland. Here we go. It's called Winter Cold. Oh, just a few bits of it. Cold, cold, cold tonight. The snow is higher than a mountain. The deer cannot get at its food. Eternal cold. The storm has spread on every side. Each sloping furrow is a river, and every ford is a full mere. Each full lake is a great sea, and each mere is a full lake. Horses cannot get across. No more can 2 feet get there. The fishes of Ireland are roving. There is not a strand where the wave does not dash. There's not a town left in the land. Not a bell is heard, no crane calls. The wolves do not get repose to sleep in the lair of wolves. The little wren does not find shelter for her nest. Woe to the company of little birds for the keen wind and the cold ice. The blackbird with its dusky back does not find a bank it would like. It is foolish for you, take heed of it, to rise from quilt and feather bed. There is much ice on every ford. That is why I say, cold. So there you are, the last verse. How many of us have felt like that in the morning? There's no need to get out of your feather bed or to rise or from your quilt. Sounds very modern, doesn't it? When it's chilly in the mornings. I'm going to take that on board, I think, for tomorrow. There's another one, saying much the same thing, a Welsh one, also from the 11th century, but it uses a charming bit of understatement in the last couple of lines. Snow falls on the hillside. The horse is a prisoner. The cattle are lean. It is not like a summer's day today. Certainly not. The very opposite. Some people are winter people. A quiet watcher here from Sussex. Thank you very much for joining in with us tonight. Some people are winter people and they love this crisp and this coldness. Others actually quite like the damp and the mud and the visceral sort of sloppiness of the damp season. But it doesn't really matter, because whatever happens, the weather will persist and we will have to put up with it. And I think it's maybe a matter of our choice how we choose to respond to it. They do say there's no such thing as bad weather. There is simply the wrong clothes, which is why I have this scarf. And this is enough to make me happy in the winter. I do go out with 3 times more clothes than most people, but and at least 2 pairs of socks and furry boots and this sort of thing. But I think once we accommodate ourselves to the weather in our part of the world, whether we have 2 seasons, whether we have 4 seasons, we can reach an accommodation and be happy with it. And I hope we're going to be, because we're going to go out into a grove together for our meditation tonight. And we're going to go into a winter grove. So it won't be green. It will be damp. But guess what? We can put on warm winter scarves and cloaks and boots and hats. And we're in the privacy of our own imaginal world. So, we can look like Maid Marian if we want to. We can dress like a medieval princess. We can be... we can have the survival blankets of the space age to keep us warm, but we will be comfortable when we go together into our grove. Has anyone put down that they're a winter person? I'd love to meet some of you. Let's have a look. I can't get to the bottom of these. Some people, yeah. Brent, slept late with a misty morning. It does affect your sleep, doesn't it, the weather? Here's someone who likes the mist in the woods. Feeling tested to the limit today, but re-centered in the peace of darkness. And of course, darkness is one of the gifts of this season, if that's the way we can frame it. I'm sorry, I've done something absolutely peculiar, and I can't see what on earth I'm doing now with my... let's hide the panel for a moment. Yep. For some reason, I've lost myself, but I gather that you can still see me, so that's all right. I don't need to see what I'm doing. I know what I look like. So let's go into the woods and let's find a sort of totem to help us go into the dark woods and be comfortable. I'm going to suggest we choose a nocturnal animal. Might be an owl, which I think of as a very protective bird. It might be a badger. It might be a wolf. I'm saying this as if I hadn't thought about it at all. I have, but my mind's gone blank. Yes, one of those 3. Or it could be a fox as well, also nocturnal. So let's go to our grove together and just experience the regenerative darkness and also the place of the mist and that place of fluidity that allows us to see that there is more than one reality, that there are different things to be perceived when our eyes are slightly misty and off-kilter. There are things that cannot be seen in the bright sunshine, things that can be intimated when it is misty. One of the things that can be intimated is our connection to the spirit of the land and the spirit of the trees. So if you're ready, and if you would like to, just lower your eyes gently, or perhaps close them completely, whatever you're in the habit of doing, and take a breath just to center yourself. As Brent said earlier, re-centered into the darkness, that blessed restorative darkness that gives sweet peace and gentleness. Not the harsh light of day, but the gentleness of the night sky. We find ourselves in a wood or in a forest, with the stars shining brilliantly above us, and Orion, the constellation, striding across the landscape, the skyscape, I should say, striding across the sky, leading us into a grove. And between two hazel bushes, we see a slight opening. We can just squeeze our way in. Our hands have to touch the damp leaves that are still clinging. And it feels as if that dampness is almost like an invitation to us. And if we want, we can put our hands up and just push them through our hair and feel that we've been anointed by the invitation of the trees. And in we go. We've got thick, warm boots on. We've got a warm, cosy cloak or coat. Some of you outdoors types don't need me to tell you, because you've got your quilted jackets and all the things you usually wear. You've got your hoods and your hats. But we're not so bundled up that we can't feel the breeze, that chill dampness on our face. And you know what? From inside the cocoon of our clothes, that feels wonderfully refreshing. And we find somewhere where we can sit, perhaps in our grove. Look round and you see, as it's winter, the joy of the winter is that you see the structure of the trees. You see the bare bones of the trunks and the roots, the beautiful symmetry of the boughs, which are usually hidden by the leaves. Just see what our strong cousins look like in their winter garb. And you see one that has a root formation which is almost like a chair. It invites you to sit down. It looks as if it's been put there for you. So just sit down and say thank you to it. Say thank you. And if you would like to, just ask it to share some of its deep peace with you. And then lean back against the trunk. And beneath the bark, feel its life energy, moving very, very slowly. And feel yourself slowing down. Take a breath with the change of the season. Know that your body has already noticed it. And this is your opportunity for your mind to catch up. This is delicious. The darkness all around you, the sky above, the brilliant stars. Can you see the Milky Way now? And perhaps if you're very lucky, you can see the aurora borealis, the northern lights, flickering, here 1 minute, gone the next. And when you look down again, you see that there are eyes in the woods. You're not scared at all. Many creatures have their being in this wood. It's not just yours. It's our magical grove, but it's not ours exclusively. Maybe a fox is prowling. Maybe a mouse is scuttling. Maybe an owl swoops silently. Maybe your totem might be the red fox. Because red fox is everywhere. I am red fox, where do you find me? In copse and spinney, ginnel and alley, for I haunt city as I haunt valley. Climbing the fellside, crossing the pass, walking the high street, bold as brass. I am red fox, what do you call me? Because we must give things a name, mustn't we, in order to make a relationship with them. Here's what red fox says. Shifter of shapes and garbage raider, bearer of fire and space invader, taker of risks and riddle maker, messenger, trickster, curfew breaker. Oh yes, deep in the peace of the grove, feeling the restorative dark, you are aware inside yourself also. A trickster energy, a love of life, a boldness that you might have forgotten about until now. So what is the last thing that Red Fox will say? And you see his green eyes just flickering round the grove. The white tip to his tail just catching the moonlight. I am Red Fox, why do you need me? I am your double, your ghost, your other, the spirit of wild, the spirit of weather. Red is my fur and red is my art. And red is the blood of your animal heart. Yeah. Let's sit here together. Peaceful. Filled with deep peace. Filled with the spirit of the wild. Aware of all our nature. What possibilities are awaiting us this winter? How can we hold on to this feeling of peace, this feeling of potential, this feeling of wildness? Let's stand up now in our grove and hug the tree which has been supporting us. Let us feel its bark with our fingertips against our cheek. Feel its solidity against our body and legs. Let us feel its longevity, its wisdom, its acceptance. And every time we think of hugging this tree, we will feel those qualities inside us. Hold, let go the tree now, and bring your hands to your heart and feel it inside. Peace, acceptance, wildness, potential. These are all our birthright as natural creatures in the living natural world. Pat the tree. old friend. And bring your hands down to the earth and press them on the carpet of leaves that surrounds the tree. And feel with your feet and your hands the somnolent life energy in the earth. That's us, that is. The bones of the earth, the bones of our body, the air, the sun, the water, they're all inside us. We are happy and we are complete. And as we realize that, we stretch up and we realize, although this grove is always there for us, it's time to come back now. Come back and to join our friends in this community. So say thank you and imagine yourself in whatever is your normal way, turning and walking back through the grove, through the hazel trees, walking back to your seat by the computer and ready to open your eyes and come back and perhaps put a comment. Ash Maiden says, I love the cold, crisp days and blue skies we've had recently. A little lethargic here. Someone says, I feel happier as this is our perfect time of year here in the desert. How lovely to have someone who's got a perfect time of year. We've had a gloriously unusual amount of much needed rain. Currently sitting on the patio enjoying the sun on my face. Wow. Fantastic. Who's that? That's Slip on a Banana Peel. Excellent. Well, I hope everyone's back having had a nice restorative time in our winter grove. It's a great mistake, I think, always to think whenever we go inside to our imaginal places, they must all be perfect for us. We can stretch ourselves and we can enjoy being in all sorts of wind and weathers, no matter no matter whether they're our favourites or not. Yes, the book that I read is called The Lost Spells by Robert Macfarlane and Jackie Morris. It's the most wonderful Christmas present. I'm not being paid by these people. I genuinely think that it's fantastic. It's the most wonderful present for yourself or for anyone else. It's filled with the most, let's find some that do it justice. Oh, the most glorious pictures. And each bird or animal has got a fabulous picture and poem with it. So those of us who don't think that natural world words should be taken out of children's dictionaries in favour of technological words, please have a look at The Lost Spells. Anyway, I'm running over now. I'm so sorry. Let me just tell you that if you belong to the Druid Hearth, we will be reconvening in a couple of minutes for biscuits at the hearth, and usually with a smaller group of people. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and whatever the season is. I hope you find peace in the natural world and a bit of wildness and a bit of fun as well. Thank you very much. Good night.